This is, you can say, this is first opportunity because today is the first working day of the new year. Yesterday was Sunday. It's our privilege that we have participants or we are meeting to the faculty members of different institutions through this online mode. However, it is not possible in case of offline mode because we have to meet only our colleagues at the same institute. But this is an opportunity for we people that now we have the participants from different institutions and different states of this country for this FDP Faculty Development Program on Leadership Excellence. I welcome you all for this program. First, let me to introduce about the participants. This is ATAL FDP program. This is one of the scheme of All India Council for Technical Education named ATAL, where this time we are conducting FDPs for 2 weeks. The 1 week is online mode, where we have a lecture series, 6 sections for 6 days from 7 o'clock in the evening till 9:30. We have 2 lectures, part 1 and part 2, each of 50 minutes. Then we have 10 minutes duration. The first lecture will continue from 7 to 7:50, then 10 minutes break, 7:50 to 8 o'clock. And the second session will start from 8 to 8:50. After 10 minutes break, we have interactions with either the organization or with the experts, whatever you can say we learn or whatever we discuss or whatever we interact during this 2-hour session. We have interaction session for half an hour. So that sometime it is very difficult or it is not possible to teach the teachers. And all our teachers, even I consider that the research scholars, they are as good as the faculty members. And if nobody is able to teach the teachers, the only thing is that we people are interacting or we are disseminating knowledge or we are just sharing our expertise or our views with other fellow colleagues. This is the meaning of this FDP. You know very well that the second week will start from 16th of January to 20th January. I think the people who are from the north, you can say northern region of the country, they know very well that it's, you can say, very cold at Haryana or Delhi, where we people are placed. But there are some faculty members, some participants who are from Bellary, Karnataka. We have 2 faculty members. Similarly, we have 4 faculty members from Hyderabad. And the weather conditions at Hyderabad and Bellary, if I consider, that's not too cold. It's very comfortable weather conditions at Hyderabad and Bangalore or Bellary. But it is very cold at Delhi. And when we will conduct this offline program, of course, we will take care about these weather conditions, so that some of the participants who are planning to come daily basis, because they belong to nearby places, maybe from Rohtak, maybe from Delhi, maybe from Panipat, so we will, you can say, adjust the comfortable timings for them. During this offline week, we are providing lunch to all the participants. Of course, the morning and afternoon tea or refreshments. At the same time, the participants who are interested to have accommodation at Murthal, we are just providing to our best efforts the accommodation at our guest house or at our hostels. And of course, they can have their, you can say, meals, maybe either breakfast or dinner at our guest house or at our hostel messes. This program, 49 participants have been registered. Roughly 40 participants of these 49, they are out of DCRUST Murthal. As I already said, that 4 participants are from Hyderabad, 2 from Bellary. Similarly, we have other participants from northern region. Some of the participants we have from the nearby district as Rohtak. Some of the participants are different universities or different colleges of Delhi, like Delhi Technological University, IP University, NSIT, and SUT, I should say. they are from those places. We have some participants from the affiliated colleges of, you can say, NCT Delhi, like HMR. We have some participants from some of our affiliated colleges. We have 5-6 participants from one of the institute, Gateway Institute, which is very close to we people and it is affiliated to us. It is a good kind of mix of the participants. They belong to different disciplines of, I should say, engineering, sciences, and humanities. Still, we have some faculty members who are from the field of humanities. We have some participants from basic sciences, maybe physics, chemistry, mathematics. We have participants from management. We have participants from different disciplines of engineering, mechanical, computers, electrical. So in that way, if I talk about the different disciplines or multidisciplinary, as it is mentioned in our NEP also that every university will be a multidisciplinary university nowadays. When the NEP will be implemented, this one kind of diversity as far as the discipline is concerned, it's you can say well noticed in terms of participants. The mandate was that we have to register the participants from the nearby areas, maybe within a radius of 100 kilometers. But still, we have some participants from the other parts like Hyderabad and Bellary. That is an additional advantage to we people so that we can have an interaction with their culture, how the education is going at these two states or in the southern states of India. That is another kind of mix. We have representation from both the genders. At this time, I can talk about that going through the participants. We can think of it women empowerment. We have a good number of female faculty members for this program. And of course, I can assure you people that during the offline program, we will keep it in mind that we have a good number of female faculty members, female participants for this program. So if I talk about the diversity in terms of reason, in terms of, you can say disciplines, in terms of senior, you can say different positions, maybe assistant professors, maybe the professors, some of the professors, they are also the participants. If I talk about the length of service, maybe experience, we have some young faculty members termed as research scholars. We have some very experienced faculty members who are having more than 25 years of experience. So this is, you can say, it is very, you can say, important for our speakers, for our resource persons, Madam Suchika Batra, Dr. Vinod Kumar, and Dr. Rajeev Nambiar. As far as online sessions are concerned, we have reserved, we have limited ourselves to 3 speakers. As I named, Dr. Rajeev Nambiar, Dr. Vinod Kumar, and Madam Suchika Batra. So on each day, all the 6 days, the first session, first part or the part 1 of the session, that will be, you can say, taken by Mr. Rajeev Nambiar. And then 3 days it will be followed by Madam Suchika and 3 days by Dr. Vinod Kumar. I have already shared, you can say, the brief profile of these resource persons with you people along with the schedule of this workshop. I will not take too much time, but of course, it may not be good, but it's my, you can say, duty as well as my moral responsibility just to request, or you can consider as a suggestion or maybe something like that, you can say. Going to join. We are teachers, and generally, even today, the you can say, huge, you can say, population of the country, roughly 120 crores, there is a lot of respect for the teachers. We just build the nation builders. And then it's not good that we are not punctual. I understand that it is very difficult for me when I'm saying these type of words, but really I expect the strict compliance that you will join from tomorrow onwards at 6:50 or not later than 6:55 p.m. I think there should not be any need that I should call or I should give some messages on the WhatsApp. A lot of energy, a lot of efforts are wasted when I'm supposed to call you people. So I think we all are sincere, we all are dedicated, we all are, you can say, in this field for the last so many years. So I hope that nobody will let any chance just to repeat these words. And now I request my colleague, who is the another coordinator for this program, Dr. Pankaj, who is Associate Professor in the Department of Management Studies at my university, just to give a brief about this program, what about the objectives as well as, you can say, the major topics which we are going to cover during this online and offline sessions. Thank you very much. You may call, we have given WhatsApp numbers as well as call numbers if you feel any difficulty, but please be sure that you are joining from tomorrow onwards by 6:50. And I need your active participation during the sessions. There are certain common practices that we join on the mobile, then we are going to the market for the purchase of vegetables, then kisi ki mama call kar rahe hain, sometime there is some call from the younger brother or sister that he has to take certain classes, certain guidance from you people. I understand that everything is important, and some of very young colleagues may be newly married and their babies, their kids may be very small, maybe 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, and the wife has to work in the kitchen. Irrespective of all such type of odds, please join at 6:50 and devote these 2.5 hours to us. Of course, I'll be ready to pay you for these 2.5 hours. Thank you very much. Dr. Pankaj, now it's over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I welcome all the participants and respected resource persons for this FDP from ATAL FDP on leadership and excellence. We can say leadership excellence. In next 6 days, we will have 3 sessions that Professor Garg has already explained you in a very established and well manner. So in next 6 days, in 3 sessions, basically first 2 sessions, we will discuss all about the leadership. And as you know that the participants are from diversified background or from the various regions across the country. So it is very good for this program. And in this 6 days, in all the 3 sessions, last session is related to the discussions, and interaction would be there among the participants and our resource persons. So first of all, we'll get the understanding about the leadership. What should be the quality in a good leader, and how we be a good leader. Patience or vision must be there in the leaders, because leaders are there, the persons those create vision, either if it is a corporate leadership or if it is a leadership at in the political aspects or international leadership. So vision must be there, as well as I have little bit of knowledge about that, because basically my area is finance and marketing plus security analysis and portfolio management. But I used to teach in the classes that what should be the quality of a good leader. Then what are the leadership principles? How we pursue our subordinates, how we guide them, Then leadership excellence, levels of leadership, types of leaders. And the next is rewriting leadership norms. And last one is how to be perfect leader. This is my own perception that it is also the possibility, some of you are not agree, that how to be a perfect leader. There is no limit of perfection. You can be good, but not perfect always. So during these 6 days, we will come to know the various aspects, how to take a decision. This is my own perception. That is the basically contents of the course and outcomes. This is the FDP for teachers. So what are the outcomes when we join the institutes? When we we will create a vision among our students that how to achieve a particular goal, or how to create vision, and how to you can say give a very tremendous participation for achieve the new education policy in brochure that is also there. So that will be the course contents and outcome during these 6 days. And I wish you all that that will be a very interesting sessions, because Professor Vinod Kumar ji, Rajeev Nambiar ji, and Suchika Batra ma'am, they are very renowned person in this field. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pankaj. This is also my perception. Let me to tell you about this, you can say, inspiration or motivation behind this program. I generally, I have conducted a number of such type of FDPs during my service career. And I'm very habitual for the conduct of this type of programs. There is one person, I don't know whether he has joined or not, he may be available with us or not, Daksh Manochaji. And then I came to know about Madam Suchika Batra. They came to me at that time. I was I heard about it, that Art of Living People, they are organizing very good programs. And at that time, when they discussed about this program with me, I said, okay, because I was interested to attend such type of programs, but it was not possible for me to go somewhere else and attending such type of sessions. And of course, then this program was allocated to me. I hope, of course, they will try to cover such type of management, what our Dr. Pankaj teaches in the class. That is from management point of view. But it is more or less related to your, you can say, mind and heart. Every time we have to take a decision. Some people, they used to say that we should take a decision using our mind, some brain. Some they say, no, by heart. So I think there is always a clash, how to take a decision. And I think the leadership starts from, you can say, if we are able to manage with our heart as well as mind. And Madam Suchika Batra, I think, and her colleagues, they will do a proper justice with this program. Really, I expect that it will be a very nice program, because they are asking me to manage some matrices during the offline week. So let us hope, and there should be some secrets. And with these words, really, I just can guess that it will be a very interesting program. Now I'll request Madam Suchika Batra just to start with the sessions, giving a brief introduction and then inviting today's speakers. Yes, ma'am, Suchika, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a nice introduction. So we have our the best speaker of our fraternity, our Art of Living, Dr. Rajeev Nambiar. I would like to spotlight him, and he will take us forward.
Good evening, Rajeev ji.
Very good evening, Professor Garg.
We are very, very, you can say, excited to hear some very precious words from you, because I have gone through your biodata. I thought that it is better if Ma'am Suchika introduce to the participants, I sent your biodata to my participants, but when she will speak out about you, I think that will be very nice. So it is her part, but really your biodata is, you can say, very, very interesting. I hope my participants, they will be benefited, you can say, with your words.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. So we have Dr. Rajeev Nambiar with us. I'll just introduce him among all of us. आप सबने इनका बायोडाटा डेफिनेटली पढ़ा है, बट कई बार चीजें पढ़ने से ज्यादा जानने में बहुत अच्छा रहता है. And yeah. So he's Rajeev Nambiar, a qualified engineer with master's degree in yoga in continued span of over 20 years. He has played multiple roles in the organization of Art of Living, including CEO of Sri Sri Publications Trust, CEO and editor, Rishimukh Magazine, and director, Vyakti Vikas Kendra, India, while leading several projects on field from strategizing to execution of social welfare projects in the field of education, youth empowerment, and environment. With a successful career, he has earned extensive commercial work experience in arena of media, publishing, and public relations, and NGO for over 2 decades. He has been on the advisory board on a few startups focusing on branding, design, and communication. He was one of the founders of Arnam. I'm correctly pronouncing, Bhaiya? Arnam Trust, which used to bring out an annual environment film festival, a part of a visionary quest. And I feel, Rajeev Bhaiya, if I'll go more and more, there are so many things about you. So we would like to hear from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Suchika ji. Thank you, Professor Garg. It's wonderful to have Professor Vinod Kumar Daksh, who has been responsible for getting in touch with Professor Garg and organizing the program. Thank you, Pankaj ji. It's lovely to be with all of you. This particular program is something very close to my heart. I've been in the teaching field for almost 20 plus years now. And this is close to my heart because we as professors, we as teachers have something in us to change the world. Like Professor Garg was saying, a lot of people look up to us. So it becomes all the more important how we look in front of the world, because many people look at us as role models. So having you people come here and want to have a session on leadership excellence is beautiful, because we as professors end up teaching so much that we don't get into the, don't get time into learning, and continuous learning is a part of evolving as a person. Teaching is one aspect, but we will always continue to be students. Yeah. Do we agree with that? Yeah. Because every day, every person that we come in touch with is teaching us something or the other. If we just keep our eyes and ears wide open and look at things and observe around, then there is so much to learn. Not necessarily in a class. Every day, the world is a classroom. So I welcome each one of you to this program. And I'm sure this journey together will be beautiful over the next 2 weeks. And I have with me very esteemed colleagues of mine, Suchika ji and Dr. Vinod, who will take you through the offline program. I'm just filling in for a little bit of period so that they are the real trainers of this program. I'm just fitting in for a few days. Yeah, wonderful. So I just want to know, what is it that makes you come to this program? So 2 things. One is, I would like you to, this has been a challenge, whether it is students or teachers, to get people on the screen. And this is a challenge that as professors, you also would have faced in the last 2 years. So if you could keep your screens on, that would really help all of us, because this session is not going to be about me talking or delivering something. It is us sitting and deliberating on things. So it would be a good idea if you could keep your video screens on. I'll just give you a minute so that people who want to reorient themselves to be keeping the video screens on can do that. Yeah. Wonderful. Lovely. It's good to see so many of you. Otherwise, it so happens that you are just speaking to a black screen and assuming somebody's there on the other side of the screen. Nobody really knows if there is anybody by the name XYZ on the other side of the screen or not. Yeah. Okay. So tell me, I mean, those who are not on the screen can at least use the chat box to validate their presence. Can we all do that? Yeah. So I know that these names that are there exist. Okay. Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. So there is voice. There are 3 levels of communication here. There is voice. There is something called you can type, or you can show yourself on the screen. Anyone is fine for now. I would have preferred everybody to be on the screen though. Okay. All right. So tell me, what are the different roles have you ever thought about the different roles that we play in our life? Every single day we are playing so many roles. Have you ever thought of it? Okay. So now what I would like to see in the chat box, or somebody can unmute themselves and speak. What are the different roles that you play in your life?
As a woman, I can be a mother, daughter, sister, and guide to my students, and like a learner while I am reading.
Okay.
And so many representative for somebody, whoever look as into trying to follow us.
All right.
Representative of any society, like our college or something else.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you so much.
Yes, I agree with the madam. I think she's Vijaya madam. I agree with her. 100%. As a woman, we are playing different role in our workplace and at our home and at our society.
So if you observe, when you made a communication as a woman, we play several roles. Is that what you said, right? So that also is a role. You have identified with the role that you play almost instantaneously without even imagining, right? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Dr. Vipin says mentor, learner, guide. Okay. Who else? Learner as scholar. Anybody else? Any other roles that you're missing out? Yeah, just as a natural hygiene of using the Zoom, it would be good once you speak, you can just unmute yourself and go back to being unmute, yeah? So that the others are not disturbed. Yeah, anybody else? No, that's all the roles, that 5, 6, 7, 8 roles that you play. Is there anything else that you can think of? Like you said, so if you are the dean or a principal or any of these things, these are many more roles that you play. You sometimes play the role of a CEO, you play the role of a CFO, you play the role of an administrator in your job. You even play the role of a friend. Many a times a role of a parent, a leader, a student. Aren't these all the roles that we all play? Yeah.
Yes, yes. As an administrator, we are playing a different role in our profession, we can say.
What stopped us from saying those roles? I said as we speak, what are the different roles that we play? Yeah, see, somebody says HOD.
Yeah, I am a convener of women's cell in my college.
Okay.
And I am in charge HOD. And sometime I played role of HOD also. I was HOD. So like a different role leaders, we can say, as administrator I am working also.
Okay, lovely, wonderful. So, but you know, over the next 2 weeks during this session, I want you all to play one role. Can you imagine what that role could be?
Yes, as a student, learner.
So the next 2 weeks, so many roles, so many hats that we wear, and every now and then it's like, okay, now I'm a friend, take off that hat. Now I'm a trainer, take off that hat. Now I'm an HOD, I take off that hat. Now I'm an administrator, I take off the hat. You know, so take off all that hats in the next the sessions that you have here. And can we all play the role of a student? Yes, no? Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What does the role of a student entail? What is it being a student? Yeah, we all have been students and we all know how to manage students. So what is the role of a student?
Student is an enthusiastic person.
Okay, enthusiastic person. Okay.
He attends in class.
He attends to his class. Okay.
Good listener.
Oh, good listener. Fantastic. You know, you said
good follower.
Good listener. Sorry?
Good follower. We have to follow the things.
Oh, good follower. Okay. Active in class. Yeah. Some people are active throwing chalks and talking at the back as well. There are several dimensions to that answer. Don't leave any answers which give ambiguity for other things.
Discipline.
Yeah, okay. Okay. What else? Discipline for sure. So discipline means, so if you are a student, next 1 week that you are in the program, you will ensure that you come on time. Yeah? Everybody, like Professor Garg was very vocal about it.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, sure.
Come on time. Yeah. Okay. And while you are on this program for the next 2 weeks, avoid too much stimulants. Whether it is too much of tea, coffee, any of these stimulants, aerated drinks, because there are lots of processes which will help you cleanse your body as well. Because as a leader, first leadership begins from within. So there are lots of things that are happening at the physical level of the body. We will also look at those aspects. Yeah? So while we look at those aspects, it is good to stay away from many of these things that stimulate us. Okay. Okay. So then somebody said that you have to be a good listener. What is the meaning of a listener? You know, when I'm saying something to you, do you know that there is a conversation happening inside you? Have you ever observed that there is a conversation happening inside you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a conversation happening inside you. What is the conversation saying? The conversation is either saying a yes or a no. Isn't it? You are either agreeing with what I am saying or you are disagreeing with what I am saying. Isn't that happening to everyone? Yes?
Yes. Obviously.
Yes,
happening.
Yes, yes.
There is agreement and disagreement. In both cases, there is no new knowledge. Isn't it? What you are agreeing with me, you already know. What you are disagreeing with me, you will not allow to come. So in both cases, agreement and disagreement, there is no new learning at all. And you know, 80% of all learning happens through listening. There is a proper research says that 80% of all learning happens through listening. So there are 3 types of listening. One is intellectual listening. When I'm saying something, there is a constant yes and no happening inside your head. You are either agreeing or disagreeing. This is at the level of the intellect. Yeah. Second level is you go to a class and you sit through the entire class. The professor teaches so very well. You come out of the class and somebody asked, what did you learn? You say, it is wonderful. I loved it. But what did you learn? It is the most beautiful class that I have attended. But what did you learn? you just got carried away so emotionally in that conversation that nothing got registered inside. Yeah, have you observed that? It happens. That is at the level, listening at the level of the emotion. The third level of listening is listening with that prayerful feeling of, I want to learn something. Sitting with that awareness. I have come here, I have decided to spend my time, I want to learn something. So if you are spending the time here, maybe the next 2 weeks, can we all sit with that in that space? Maybe it is a nice session, maybe it's a terrible session, maybe it is an okay session. But can we sit with the space of, I want to learn something? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody? Wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. So first is that. Second is, we should know that we are all responsible for each other in this program to grow or learn. Because if somebody is disturbing here, it disturbs everybody in the class. Like, one student in a class who has played some prank, how it affects the whole class, isn't it? Here we may not play pranks, but we may not be observant, we may not be participative. That will all affect the entire class. So when we are here, we have decided to give that 2 hours, might as well be 100%. Is it possible for all of us? Yeah? Wonderful. Wonderful. So while we are here, we will be 100% in whatever we are doing. Okay? Okay. Now, I would like you all to, we have how many of us? 48 of us. So, Shuchika, can you create a room, because it's difficult to introduce 48 people at a go. What we can do is we can create 8 groups and move everybody in a group of 6. Yeah. So what we will do is we will move everybody to the group. Okay, before you move people to the group, everybody has to give a brief introduction about themselves, and then we can ask somebody to pick them up and ask them whom they would like to introduce. One person they would like to introduce. So be very attentive and into listening when the others are introducing themselves. Can we all do that? Yeah, because we said we'll participate 100%. So I'm assuming that we will. Yeah. So we will move everybody to groups. Just for 2, it's 7:28, 3 minutes, we'll move people to group. After the group has been started, just finish the group in 3 minutes. Yes, 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It will take some time to introduce because we're meeting for the first time. Yeah. So let's move.
Yeah.
Sorry, 8 groups into 6 people each group.
Sumit sir, are you doing so?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so while we are waiting for this to happen, you have any questions so far? You have any questions so far? Or you have anything going on in your mind that you want answered?
Yeah, question is that in which group I will be, you can say.
So you will be in some group with some 5 unknown people or known people. That's all the thing that can happen.
That's what.
And that too far away, remotely sitting in different places in your houses only. So it's quite safe. Okay. So while you are getting assigned to the groups, you can ask some questions. It's 7:30, 7:35, we'll come out of the groups.
Sir, my question is that as we are lecturers, when we are going to the class, people are expecting more than representative. Like if we are giving a seminar about any topic, that will be very presentative. And when compared to the seminar, the topic which we are explaining in the class, that will be very little not effective. So how could we make our class very effective?
So we will talk about this on day 4. You keep your question reserved. We'll talk about this on day 4. Yeah, Professor Vijay? Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Sir, right now I am on my phone. would there be any assignment that would not, you think I would not be able to complete on phone, so that I should log in through a laptop?
It is better on a laptop, but it is not, there is nothing like you cannot complete an assignment on a phone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Done? Everybody is assigned. There are quite a few people here. So these are. So there is Vijayaji and Ravi Kumar. Why can't I see the groups? Sujika, can you see the group? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I need not be a part of the group. So everybody is gone into groups, right? Okay. 2, 3, 4 minutes you can give them so that they have time to introduce. Otherwise, it will be a little late. Yeah.
डॉक्टर विपिन, आपने ग्रुप ज्वाइन नहीं किया? डॉक्टर विपिन मित्तल.
Actually, I have joined on laptop only, ma'am.
Yes, you have to join the group.
I have joined on laptop only, ma'am.
Yeah. You might have got a message. आपको breakout room join करना है.
I have joined on laptop, ma'am.
You have joined on laptop, yes. Okay, I'll just send you.
Dr. Vipin.
Yes, sir.
I think they have sent a request that you may join room number this, room number this.
I have joined room
Please.
number 5 through laptop.
Okay, that's
only.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Suchita ma'am, the room will close in just 30 seconds only.
Yes. It is 36 seconds now.
Yeah.
So it will
What we have to do?
automatically close and you'll be here in the same window.
Okay.
Can you please send the link again for Zoom joining?
Yes.
So it has been closed.
Actually, the same problem I'm facing. We opted for leave now. We couldn't get the message properly, I think, and we are out of our rooms.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll wait for the rest to join. So it was a unique opportunity for us to know 5 or 6 new people, isn't it? Yeah. So did we grab that opportunity with both our hands or not? Yes or no? Or we said, okay, it's a part of a process, let me just do it. Or you said, forget it, yaar, it's okay, what's the big deal? Well, what was the state of mind?
Yes. It was an opportunity.
Okay, what else? So the next 2 days, let's be very frank about how we are going to do our work. Because if something is happening in my mind, let me be truthful to myself.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed the process. I did not enjoy the process. I did not want to meet any people, whatever it is. Yeah. So what was it? What was the learning from that? If I ask you to introduce one of the candidates, will you be able to do? One of the participants in your group? Yes, no?
As of now, no.
No.
Just I checked that names who is there in my group. One member is about to join. I thought of that to interact. It was gone again.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. But there are other 4 people whom you know about, right?
Yeah, I got no, and I noted down their names.
Okay. So did you note something interesting about them?
No, I just name only. I
Okay, all right.
I able to note only the name, and room 5 is there. That is my room.
Okay. The general thing that, okay, if I'm asked, I should know who are the people in my room. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Is there anybody who can introduce one person in that room properly?
Yeah, I will introduce her. Himanshi from EC department of Deen Bandhu University.
Okay.
Yeah, and Hema
A little
Arora.
more about them. Did they only speak that much, or did they speak a little about themselves?
What exactly happened is we were not discussed once the room is open because we were confused. No one was spoken anything. At the end, there is a pop-up came. It's going to close, so we started introducing ourselves.
Okay.
Yes, the same thing happened in our room.
So you know what happens when we are teaching the program and what happens to the students on the other side. Okay. At least we had a good feeling of what actually happens. Okay. All right. That's okay. But is there anybody at all who can introduce somebody else well?
Sorry.
Suchikati, there seems to be a problem with your computer screen.
Slide.
It's okay. You can connect with the mobile if that's not, or something else. Yeah. Yeah. Any question? Anybody?
So myself, Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Ravi Kumarji.
No, this is Venkatramana.
Oh, Dr. Venkatramani. Okay, tell me.
Yeah, I was also into 4, and there was Vikas Khatri and Radhika Garg were there. The same thing happened what the other professor has told.
That's fine.
They were not able to communicate.
Okay.
It just came out.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll probably do this again. Maybe we'll be better equipped to know about other people. Now you know what are the likely questions. Like you are prepared for, okay, these are the likely questions. Let me study this well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So when you hear the word leadership, what are the different qualities of a leader that comes into your mind? You can either unmute yourself and speak, or you can use the chat box.
So the one who always tried to volunteer.
Okay, leader is a volunteer, all right. Okay, what else?
Controller.
Controller, okay, all right.
We need to support our team.
To motivate the...
Somebody who's a motivator.
Person.
Okay.
Who can guide the team and complete the task.
Guide the team and complete the task, okay.
Who takes the responsibility of good or bad.
Takes responsibility of good or bad, very interesting, all right.
Shows the right path to the team members.
Okay, gives a vision to the team, okay.
Self-disciplined person.
Self-disciplined person, okay.
So the leader who stands in the front, the leader is the one who stands in the front, either in the failure or in the success. He takes his team along with him all the time.
Okay.
That is what my
somebody who leads from the front, either in
right, and take his team along with him. But in the failure, he's at the front, and success he joins, means he rejoices with the
fantastic. All right. Okay, what else?
Intellectual and optimistic person.
Intellectual and optimistic person. Okay. All right. What else? I mean, if we have come here to learn something about leadership excellence, we might as well know what is expected, isn't it? Yeah, what else?
Who is continuous learner?
Somebody who's a continuous learner, fantastic. All right, what else? Anything else? Okay, I have heard in the last 2-3 minutes so many qualities of a leader, isn't it? You have enumerated many qualities of a leader, somebody who leads from the front, somebody who's a learner, somebody who's controller, all these things we have learned. But if you look at all these qualities that you are enumerating of a leader, do you see that all these qualities are nothing to do with your qualification, your subject matter expertise, none of those things, isn't it?
So,
you know, when we look at a leader, we think somebody who should be so thorough in their subject. But when you are enumerating the qualities of a leader, you are saying all about soft skills. Isn't it?
Sir, if they are thorough in their own field, then only they will get confidence and they can inculcate all these things.
I mean, that's an assumption, ma'am. So if you look at it, it is soft skills that are really required as a leader who, see, you know, a leader who's somebody who's not in the business. He's on the business. He's on top of things. He's not embroiled in things. Otherwise, you become a worker in your own business or your own entity that you are taking care of, or your own set of people. You get embroiled in. Somebody who's on top of things. You know, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji says something very beautiful that has stuck to me over the years when he says, a leader who is I mean, we have always heard that leader is someone who leads from the front. He says a leader is someone who leads from the back. So he says, so the idea of that was there is nobody left behind. He ensures that he takes everybody along and walk. No, the weak, the strong, the weakest, the strongest, the best and the worst. Leader is somebody who takes everybody along and walks. Yeah? So one thing that we have understood from this is leadership is not about core subject matter expertise. It's not about how well you are trained in a subject. It's all about soft skills. How you interact with people, your communication, how you are leading with people, how sensitive you are. All that is what is the aspect of leadership. And we will look at various aspects of this leadership as we go along in the next 2-3 days. But, you know, and if you look at it, does each one of you have a role model? Yeah. When you say, this is the person I want to be like, I would like to hear from all of us in this group, who is your role model? You can just put it in a chat box. Who would you like? I mean, when you say role model, what does it mean? You want to become like that person, or you want to inculcate something like that person. So who is your role model? It could be your father, your mother, some leader of national stature, international stature. Just write down. Okay. Father, okay. Swami Vivekananda, all right. Grandfather, school teacher, father. One of my teachers, very nice. Father, okay. Many fathers here as role models, okay. I would like everyone to participate. Teacher, okay. Teacher, sister, okay, interesting. My father. PhD supervisor, okay. Oh, Dr. N.S. Gill. Father and husband, okay, Niyati. Okay. One of my directors, okay. Oh, many people will fathers as role models. Anybody else? Mother. You know, this actually validates what I said before. When you say your father or mother, you don't even know what is their core skill there. whether they had subject matter expertise or not. It is how they interacted with the world, how they interacted with you, how they were sensitive, how they were sensible in taking decisions, isn't it? So leadership is all about soft skills, and we will learn about many more aspects of leadership as we go along in the next 3-4 days. And we will, there is leadership from different people that we have heard about. Many people have spoken about leadership, but we will talk about leadership inside out. Yeah. So as we become leaders, we have to look at the core of our inner being, how we are as a person. If you say that a leader is a role model, then how can we become role models to this world, to the small universe that we are in, or to the larger universe that we want to be a part of? How we can, and that all starts with your own self. So in the next session, after this break, we will come back to sitting in that session and understanding about a little bit more about ourselves, going deeper into ourselves. First we need to change. If the outer expression of us will come when the inner core of our being is what matters, after the inner core of our being is reflected on the outer. Otherwise, we might have lots of values, ethics, all those things, but in our behavior, we will be exactly opposite. So the strength of character is what makes us what we are. If we have a list of ethics that we talk about in class, and if we are not able to live those ethics, then there is a gap in the strength of character that we are and the ideas that we have. Otherwise, leadership just becomes a concept. So we look at tools and techniques of going a little deep in ourselves and understanding a little bit about ourselves. We will look at the softer aspects of meditations, pranayam, and how these things help us to go into the inner core of our being and discover who we are. Yeah, very nice. So it's about 7:54. We will take a break till 8:05 and come for the next session. Before you go out for the session, I want to know whether you want to have a break at 8:50 or just continue till 9:95, 9:10 and end the session. Because many of the places, so you could go from a 7 to 9, just a 10-minute break in between. Is that good with everyone?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So at 9:95, we will end rather than going till 9:30. At 8:50, 8:45, 8:50, we will have a Q&A session so that all questions for the day can be answered and whatever we have to do in the next day can be discussed. Yeah. Okay. So we just take a 10-minute break. At 8:05, we will assemble and I will have Professor Vinod Kumar to take over from there. Yeah. Lovely. Take a short break.
Hello, everyone. Are we back? We can just switch on our videos. अपना वीडियोस ऑन कर सकते हैं हम सभी.
होगा पाली होगा.
So now we have Professor Vinod with us. He will be taking us forward with this session. Professor Vinod is a professor of mathematics at Kurukshetra University. I'll just put him on spotlight. Yeah. He's a professor of mathematics at Kurukshetra University. He has delivered invited talks in various universities of US, UK, Spain, and Turkey. He's a poet, a satirist, aired at Delhi Doordarshan and All India Radio, participated in national, international mushairas, author of several books. It is a very good combination, Professor Vinod, mathematics and mushairas. So nice. Published many articles in daily national newspapers, including editorial page. He's an Art of Living faculty since 2010. He's an ex-state teachers coordinator for Haryana and conducted dozens of meditation and breath workshops. So, Professor Vinod, over to you.
Thank you, Suchika ji. So we are going to start the second and the last session of today, as Rajeev Nambiar ji has said. So as all of us are either teachers or going to be teachers, and recently we had seen that when we were taking online classes, as teachers, we expected our students to turn on their videos. And now, as Rajeev ji has said, that one role which we all are going to play in the coming days is that of a student. And I think if there is not any compulsion, if we turn our videos on at least for 5 to 10 minutes, it would be so nice of you. Otherwise, ऐसा हो जाता है जैसे दीवारों से बात करना जैसा. तो what I think is Hindi will be comfortable. Hindi will also be comfortable. आप में से कोई ऐसा है क्या जिसको हिंदी बिल्कुल भी समझ नहीं आती? If there is anybody, you may please virtually raise your hands so that I can know. Nobody. So that means we can go for Hindi as well as English. Will it be fine? You may show the signs of this sign. It's okay. तो अभी राजीव जी ने कहा leadership qualities are less or more soft skills. And from where do they come? They all come from within. So now in the second session, we are going to do some practical kind of things. And in that direction, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to learn a new type of breathing. देखिए हम सब लोग सांस हर कोई लेता है. जब हम इस धरती पर आए सबसे पहला काम हमने सांस लिया और अंतिम काम जो करेंगे वो सांस छोड़ेंगे. और पहली सांस लेने और अंतिम सांस छोड़ने के बीच में जो कुछ भी है, इट्स ऑल लाइफ. तो हम सांस इस समय भी ले रहे हैं, हमेशा लेते हैं, knowingly और unknowingly. But now what we are going to do is we are going to learn a new kind of breathing, which is called Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi breath is also known as a victory breath. So in the coming days, I shall be telling you why it is called victory breath. So first of all, we would like to see how it is to be taken. Normal breathing हर कोई करता है, कर रहा है. लेकिन आज हम सबसे पहले एक नए तरीके की सांस लेना सीखते हैं जिसे बोलते हैं उज्जयी ब्रेथ. So are you ready to learn? So you may raise your hands.
Yes, sir.
अगर आपने वीडियो ऑन नहीं भी किया हुआ तब भी आप वर्चुअली हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं, so that I can know that you are all here. You have not gone to the market. Okay, so most of you are here anyhow. That's good. तो देखते हैं, मैं अभी पहले आपको उज्जई लेकर के दिखाऊंगा। आप सिर्फ ये ऑब्जर्व कीजिएगा, जब मैं उज्जई सांस लूंगा, when I shall be taking उज्जई breath, do you hear some sound? So please listen to me attentively. So here I start. Did you notice anything? Anyone? May please unmute. आप बता सकते हैं कुछ आवाज आपको सुनाई दी क्या?
Yes.
हाँ विजय जी आप बताइए. You may unmute विजय जी.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. Good.
हाँ हाँ बोलिए. Anybody?
It is like some breaking, some breathing.
Yeah. It was a sound similar to that of snoring. आपने देखा होगा जब कोई व्यक्ति खराटे लेता है नींद में तो इस तरीके की आवाज करता है. तो दैट वे हम में से हर कोई उज्जई ब्रेथ को लेना पहले से जानता है, बट अननोइंगली. अब वो एक अलग बात है, कई बार कुछ लोग इतनी आवाज करते हैं कि वो तो सो जाते हैं, दूसरे लोगों को जागना पड़ता है. बट एनी हाउ, तो उज्जई को समझेंगे थोड़ा. देखिए नॉर्मल ब्रीदिंग में क्या रहता है, आप सांस नाक से ले रहे हैं, नाक से छोड़ रहे हैं, उसमें हमारे गले का कोई भी रोल नहीं है. लेकिन अगर हम सांस लेते लेते अपने गले के मसल्स को थोड़ा स्क्वीज कर लें, while taking normal breath, if we squeeze our throat, then the breath is known as उज्जई breath. गले से टकरा करके आने वाली जो सांस है वो क्या बन जाती है, उज्जई ब्रेथ बन जाती है. अब मैं आपको एक और तरीके से इसको समझाता हूं. देखिए आपने देखा होगा गर्मी के दिनों में जब कभी हमें प्यास लगी हो और हमें कोई ठंडा पानी पीने को मिल जाए, हम पानी पीते हैं तो मुंह से कैसी आवाज निकलती है, ऐसे आवाज निकलती है. अब हम एक काम करते हैं सब लोग, आपने वीडियो ऑन कर रखा है तब भी, नहीं कर रखा तब भी, जैसा मैं कहूंगा साथ साथ आप ऐसा करें. आप मुंह खोल करके सांस लें और छोड़ें, और फिर ऐसा करते करते जो भी आप कर रहे हो करते रहिएगा, बस मुंह को बंद कर लेना. लेट्स ऑल डू टुगेदर. Could you do it? कितने लोग कर पाए? मैं फिर दोबारा से, हाँ यस, मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव डन इट. दैट्स ग्रेट. तो आपने क्या करना है, मुंह खोल के सांस ले रहे हैं, छोड़ रहे हैं, और अचानक से आपने मुंह को बंद कर लिया. तो अब आपको एक आइडिया मिल गया उज्जई ब्रेथ क्या होती है. किसी को कोई दिक्कत हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, अदरवाइज आप मान करके चलिए कि आपको उज्जई ब्रेथ लेना आ गया. और आने वाले दिनों में धीरे धीरे हम जब प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो आप सब लोग उज्जई सांस लेने में परफेक्ट हो जाएंगे. सिर्फ इतना याद रखें, गले को छू करके जो सांस हम लेते और छोड़ते हैं उसे उज्जई ब्रेथ बोलते हैं. सो टू हाउ मेनी पीपल इट इज करेक्ट? इट्स ओके, गुड. तो आज हम क्या करेंगे, एक होमवर्क छोटा सा. रात को सोने से पहले ना 8-10 उज्जई सांस लेकर के आप लेटने के बाद जब आपको लगे that now it's the time to sleep, तो आप लेटे लेटे 8-10 उजई सांस लें और लेते लेते सो जाएं। 10 के 15 भी हो सकते हैं, थोड़े कम भी रह सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो वेल, अभी पहले सेशन में राजीव नाम्बियार जी ने आपसे बात कही सेल्फ की, देन ही टॉक्ड अबाउट प्राणायाम, देन ही टॉक्ड अबाउट मेडिटेशन। अब हम क्या करते हैं, यहां पर एक आपको ऑडियो सुनाई देगा और जैसे ही मैं आपको बोलूंगा कि आप आंखें बंद करके आराम से बैठ जाएं, तो आप लोगों ने क्या करना है, जहां कहीं भी आप बैठे हुए हैं, अगर आप कुर्सी पे बैठे हुए हैं तब भी आप आराम से पीछे सहारा लेके बैठें। आप वैसे भी अगर आप जमीन पर बैठे हुए हैं, सोफे पे बैठे हुए हैं, बेड पे बैठे हुए हैं, सिर्फ आपने एक चीज का ध्यान रखना है, आपकी जो बैकबोन है दैट शुड बी स्ट्रेट। योर बैकबोन शुड बी इरेक्ट इन द इनिशियल स्टेज। अब जब हम मेडिटेशन करेंगे, ध्यान करेंगे, करते करते यदि बैकबोन थोड़ी झुक जाती है, नो नीड टू वरी। इज इट ओके? सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू नाउ डू इज वी आर गोइंग टू डू वन मेडिटेशन, वन गाइडेड मेडिटेशन। आपने सिर्फ आंखें बंद करके बैठना है, कंफर्टेबली बैठना है, रीढ़ की हड्डी को सीधे रखना है, और जो कुछ भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस आपको सुनाई देंगी, बस आपने भोले भाव आपने उनको इंटेंटली सुनते जाना है बस, और जो कुछ भी होता है उसको होने देना है। इज इट ओके? सो नाउ व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज वी आर गोइंग टू डू वन मेडिटेशन। सो लेट अस ऑल क्लोज अवर आईज। हम सब लोग जहां भी बैठे हैं अपनी आंखें बंद कर लेते हैं, रीढ़ की हड्डी को सीधा कर लेते हैं, और एक ऑडियो चलेगा, इसको आप सुनते जाएं भोले भाव, और जब आपको आंखें खोलने को कहा जाएगा तब हम आंखें खोलेंगे। सो वी क्लोज अवर आईज एंड वी वेट फॉर द ऑडियो।
Let's sit comfortably, easily. Let's take a deep breath and slowly breathe out. Once again, take a deep breath. Hold the breath and slowly breathe out. As you breathe out, relax your arms. Once again, breathe in. As you breathe in, the body gets a little tense. Hold the breath. And as you breathe out, relax your whole body. Listen to all the sounds, noises in the environment. and you are at ease with them. You are in harmony with your environment right this moment. Breathe in again. And slowly breathe out. As your lungs empty, you get more and more relaxed. Breathe in and fill your lungs with the breath. And as you breathe out, relax. Become aware of the weight of your body. Whatever that is, 40 kilos, 50 kilos, 150 pounds, whatever that is. Place that entire weight on the seat you are sitting. Breathe in again and breathe out. Now keep a smile on your face and breathe in with a smile. Relax all the muscles in your face. And as you breathe out, relax more and more. Become aware of your body. Your body is a beautiful instrument, a precious gift to you from nature, from God. Honor and respect your body. Take your attention to your legs, right leg. Relax your right leg. Left leg. Left thigh. Right thigh. Hips. Genitals. Abdomen. Stomach. Navel region. Your right arm. left arm, chest, shoulders. Breathe in again. And slowly breathe out. Your neck, lips, your cheeks, breathe in again. Become aware of your nose. Breath is flowing into the nostrils. And breathe out. And become aware of your breath. Your eyes are closed now. Let them relax. Your entire face, your head. Relax the whole body. You are grateful for this body. Become aware of your breath. The breath is moving in and out of the body, keeping this body alive. You are grateful for the breath. Again with a big smile, breathe in, savoring every inch of breath you breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax more and more. Relax all the muscles and nerves in your body. Let go. Relax. Become aware of the thoughts. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts, let them be. Breathe in once again. And slowly breathe out. As slowly as possible. Become aware of your mind. Your body is like a wick of a candle. And your mind is like the glow. Become aware of your mind all around your body. Become aware of your feelings, whether pleasant or unpleasant. Let them be. breathe in again and let go. You are in harmony with your feelings right this moment. Just breathe in again and let go. Asado ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let go all efforts. You are peace. You are joy. Let go all efforts and relax. Become aware of your feelings and emotion if there are any. Become aware of the thoughts if there are any. Breathe in again and breathe out. Slowly and gradually become aware of your body and environment. And slowly, gradually.
धीरे धीरे अपना समय लेते हुए जब भी आपका मन करे मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हैं। Slowly and gradually, taking your time, you may open your eyes. So how was the experience of meditation? You may show the sign physically or virtually. Good. आप में से कोई अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहेगा मेडिटेशन का? If any one of you would like to share your experience, वैसे मेडिटेशन के बाद बोलने का मन नहीं करता, तो आप चैट बॉक्स में जाकर टाइप भी कर सकते हैं। Good calmness, serenity. It was good. Feel much good. Excellent. Very nice. Peace in mind. Good. Really peaceful. Shanti. Feeling silence. Lot of mechanism in mind. Great. So well, yeah, Himaroda, relaxed. Good. So the journey has begun. So let us see what happens in the coming days. So as Professor Garg was saying, there are certain secrets. So we are not going to disclose anything in advance. Anyhow, तो अब बिल्कुल हम आज के सेशन के अंतिम पड़ाव पर हैं। तो अब भी यदि आप लोग वीडियो ऑन कर लें तो बड़ा अच्छा रहेगा। अदरवाइज रहता है शायद दीवारों से बात कर रहे हैं। गुड। वेल, so as Rajeev ji in his session has said that leadership is nothing but development of soft skills. And from where do they come? They come from inside. अभी आप लोगों ने मेडिटेशन का एक्सपीरियंस लिखा, पीस ऑफ माइंड, गुड, रिलैक्स, व्हाटएवर इट वाज, ये कहाँ था? ये सारा पहले से हमारे अंदर ही था। तो जस्ट हमने उन सब सोई चीजों को बाहर निकालना है। लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस इन द कमिंग डेज। तो जिन लोगों के वीडियो ऑन है उन लोगों के चेहरे बता रहे हैं हाउ मच रिलैक्स्ड दे आर। मैं पंकज जी की मुस्कान देख पा रहा हूँ, हेमा को देख पा रहा हूँ, विपिन जी को देख पा रहा हूँ। आई एम सीइंग डॉक्टर रश्मि त्रिवेदी, डॉक्टर वी वेंकटरमन्ना, अनिल सोनी, आशीष, प्रतिभा शर्मा। So all are really relaxed. Good. Rajesh Garg ji, Dr. Seema, Shuchika ji, K. Ravi Kumar, Vijaya ji. So well, so now what we are going to do in the coming 5 or 10 minutes before we disperse. If first of all you do have any questions related to today's sessions, you may feel free to ask. आप हिंदी में पूछना चाहें, आप any of your questions. अगर questions नहीं हैं, या पहले तो देख लेते हैं, if you do have any question, any genuine question, नहीं है। मेडिटेशन की खास बात क्या है? उसके बाद कुछ बात करने का मन नहीं करता। जो सवाल है वो तो सारे खत्म ही हो जाते हैं। Anyhow, तो हम जल्दी से क्या करते हैं, जैसे अभी राजीव जी बता रहे थे, लिसनिंग इज ऑफ मैनी टाइप्स। एक तरीके की लिसनिंग ये भी होती है कि जी उनका लेक्चर सुना, बड़ा मजा आया, एंजॉयड ए लॉट, लेकिन क्या कहा उन्होंने पता नहीं। तो हम चाहते हैं कि ऐसा ना हो, तो जल्दी से क्या करते हैं, रिकॉल कर लेते हैं व्हाट वी हैव लर्नड, व्हाट इज अवर टेक होम, आज हम यहाँ से क्या सीख के जा रहे हैं। सो इफ यू विश यू मे अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड स्पीक सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स, नहीं तो यू मे गो टू द चैट बॉक्स एंड टाइप समथिंग। जल्दी से सारे को समराइज कर लेते हैं। और एज टीचर आपने देखा होगा, कई बार जब हम समराइज करते हैं, कुछ बच्चों को तो समझ ही तब आता है और वो सोचते हैं अच्छा टीचर ने ये भी बताया था। गुड। सो शुड वी स्टार्ट? या हाँ हेमा आप बताइए।
सर गुड लिसनर होना चाहिए।
या गुड गुड गुड, वन शुड बी ए गुड लिसनर। हाँ, जो भी पॉइंट्स ध्यान आते जाए बोलते जाएं। हाँ निधि जी कुछ कह रही हैं?
Yes, sir.
या
Sir, feeling very relaxed after meditation.
good. So relaxed that she doesn't want to recall anything.
Sir, we must be interactive.
Yeah.
And we should complete the task within a given time.
Yeah.
Sir, we must be good listeners.
Yeah, listener हो गया. Yes, we must be good listener. Yes, you are not audible. Someone is speaking. Yeah, anybody else?
We should follow that.
Yeah, who is speaking? Yeah, Vikas Satriji is saying, I remember leader leads from the back. Wow, that's great. Normally, it is said that leader leads from the front. But as Rajeev Nambiar ji has told, Shri Ravi Shankar ji has said that leader leads from the back. He ensures that nobody is left behind him. उसकी टीम का कोई भी व्यक्ति उससे पीछे नहीं रह जाए. So this is the one of the most important signs of a leader. Yeah, Dr. Vipin Mittal is saying leader is who take all the followers with him, then focus on your goal, coordinates the entire team. Yes, anybody else?
Discipline.
Yeah. Discipline. Good.
Follow the ethics.
Yeah. Good.
टाइम का पंक्चुअल होना चाहिए.
Yeah, टाइम का पंक्चुअल होना चाहिए. Nidhi Gupta is saying he must be intellectual. Good. So again, what we are doing is we are again listing the soft skills. Pratibha Sharma is saying motivate team with vision and mission. Good.
Manage the task. Take the decision by managing the mind and heart.
Yeah.
That's told in the
by
beginning.
The management of mind and heart.
Heart, yeah.
Yeah. Who takes up the responsibility of failure and shares the success with all. Good. What else? Yeah, who solved problem with which faced in a team. Yeah. So do care of every team member. Yes. Yeah, Dr. Pankaj Kumar is saying 24/7 dedication. Dedication round the clock. Wow, that's great. Yes, any more points? Some are still in meditative state. Yeah, best motivator. Yeah, this is the one of the important qualities of a leader. He motivates all the members of the team. Dr. Bhaskar is saying one who gives confidence and guide the followers properly. Good. So he's not only, it's not only that the leader is confident in himself or herself, but he or she ensures all the team members to be confident. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Wow, that's great. Digvijay Singhal. So he is the opportunity creator. Doesn't wait for the opportunity to come his way. Creates the opportunity. और आजकल तो मोदी जी कह रहे हैं आपदा में अवसर. Again, one more good quality. वो क्या रहता है जो लीडरशिप क्वालिटी जिसमें नहीं होंगी, what he does, वो अवसर में भी आपदा देखता है, और जो लीडर है वो आपदा में भी अवसर देखता है.
Right.
This is the difference between the two. Anmol Sharma is saying, who keeps every member of team together? Yeah. So he works as a, say, वो कहते हैं ना फेविकोल का जोड़, वो टीम मेंबर्स में फेविकोल का जोड़ लगा करके रखता है. They all stand united.
Must be good planner.
Yeah, definitely. Fill Josh for motivation. Good. So I think most of the qualities have been listed. And Dr. Pankaj Kumar is saying, if some time take wrong decision after he released, make them right. Yeah. Good. No biasing. Yes. No favoritism. No biasing. Good. So again, we all have seen that all these qualities, they are nothing but soft skills. And from where do they come? They come from within. They are there, but in sleeping mode. So let us see what we can do in the coming days. So I again invite, if you do have any query or any questions, otherwise we may stop here. Yeah, what do you say, Dr. Pankaj?
Sir, it's a very nice session. After completion of this session, basically that meditation for 17 minutes, feel relaxed, feel calm, or feel energetic also. This is my goal.
Dr. Pankaj, I have one question to ask from you.
Yes, sir.
तो ये बाद में जब आंख खुली तब पता चला कि 17 मिनट हो गए?
नहीं.
Otherwise क्या लग रहा था?
No, in the beginning.
Yeah.
I observed that what is the duration of that video.
Okay, but otherwise, most of you have observed that. Yes. In meditation, time flies. Rather, we are beyond time. We are beyond time, we are beyond mind, and we are beyond space. We are beyond all the three dimensions.
When we create interest in a particular story or lecture or meditation, it is very easy sometime for us, not sometime, most of the times. You say that time flies. Otherwise, same thing happening in the classes also. If our lecture is very bored, then students, they feel boredom. They are not interested at all.
Yeah. तब students को लगता है शायद घड़ी का सेल खत्म हो गया है.
हो गया.
Yeah.
What I used to do after 15-16 minutes, I crack 1 or 2 jokes in the class. Then they feel refreshed. Then again, I start my class. That's my methodology, how to teach well.
Okay. So so Dr. Pankaj, if you wish, we end the session here if there is no question from the audience.
Any question from any participant? Please ask. It's your FDP. We are the facilitators. No.
So I feel Dr. Pankaj and Professor Vinod, after the meditation, yeah, Vikas Atriji wants to ask something. Yes, Vikasji.
Yeah, Vikasji, you may please turn on your video.
Yes, Vikas Atriji.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I want to ask, is there any specific time to do meditation? Like our session is in evening, and I think this is the time of dinner, and we have already taken dinner. So is there any specific time to do meditation?
आपने विकास जी डिनर कब किया? क्योंकि सेशन तो 6:30 पे स्टार्ट हो गया था.
Sir, I have already.
या. अब मुझे पता चला वीडियो ऑन ना करने का रहस्य क्या है.
No, sir, you are. This is a
general dinner during meditation.
Yeah. So, well, Vikas ji, the best time to do meditation is before dinner. We shouldn't do meditation in the late hours. Otherwise, you will not be in a position to sleep well. So, best time is दिन और रात जब मिलते हैं, शाम का जो संध्या बेला है वो that is the best time to do meditation. और डिनर से पहले आप कर लें.
थैंक यू सर. क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग से ही ऐसे बताया जाता है कि सुबह सुबह उठ के मेडिटेशन करना चाहिए.
हाँ, नहीं आप सुबह भी कर सकते हैं या दोपहर को भी कर सकते हैं, शाम को भी कर सकते हैं, लेट नाइट को नहीं करना बस. और एम्प्टी स्टमक करें. अदरवाइज क्या है, यू विल फॉल asleep. अदरवाइज ध्यान की जगह आपको नींद आ जाएगी. या Anil Soni ji is saying, to my understanding, morning time is the best. Well, हाँ, ये पूछ रहे हैं, always we start meditation for few days but unable to maintain continuity. We'll come to this point in the coming days. सारा यदि आज ही बता देंगे, FDP आज ही खत्म हो जाएगा. क्यों पंकज जी?
सर एक्चुअली में ऐसा बोला जाता है कि जब आपको नींद नहीं आ रही हो तब मेडिटेशन करना चाहिए, तो आप सो जाते हैं. तो मैं श्री रविशंकर जी का वो लगाकर कभी नींद नहीं आती है तो सोती हूँ रात में. इज इट ओके?
हाँ, कोई नहीं, अभी आने वाले दिनों में पूरा इसके बारे में बात करेंगे, है ना. इसके डूज एंड डोंट्स को लेकर के we'll be taking all these points separately in greater details in the coming days.
आपने बड़ा अच्छा बताया कि जो है डिनर या लंच के बाद मेडिटेशन नहीं करना चाहिए, खाने के बाद.
जी.
In 2009 I went to IIM Indore for FDP. तो हमारा 2-3 days हुआ, लंच के बाद मेडिटेशन हुआ. मैं क्या था कि जो रिसोर्स पर्सन थे वो लेट इट गो, तो बड़ा आईज क्लोज करके 2-3 मिनट्स तो हम बड़ा कंफर्टेबल फील करते थे. तो उसके बाद क्या होना स्टार्ट हुआ, सो जाते थे क्योंकि एकदम लंच करके आए और फिर क्लासेस स्टार्ट हुआ. तो बड़ा अच्छा बताया आपने
जी.
Very nice session. We enjoyed a lot, sir.
Thank you.
जी प्रोफेसर विनोद, तो हमारे पास बहुत सारी एक जिसे कहते हैं ना क्वेस्ट थर्स्ट जागरूक हो रही है हमारे अंदर मेडिटेशन को लेकर. इट्स वेरी गुड. तो हम उसको बनाए रखते हैं क्योंकि समय के साथ ये पूरा FDP में जब आपका वो सारे आंसर्स आपको मिलेंगे थ्रू मेडिटेशन ओनली, दैट विल बी मोर ब्यूटीफुल.
तो अब यहाँ से हम लोग सिर्फ एक ये संकल्प लेकर के जाएं, that tomorrow we shall be joining by, as Professor Garg has said, that tomorrow we will be joining by 6:50 and latest by 6:55. और जैसा राजीव जी ने कहा कि आने वाले दिन हमने एक स्टूडेंट का रोल करना है. बीइंग टीचर्स हम सब लोग अपने स्टूडेंट से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं? दे शुड बी वेल इन टाइम. तो क्लास में वो समय पर आए. तो क्योंकि हम आने वाले दिनों में स्टूडेंट का रोल कर रहे हैं, So tomorrow will be in time. 6:50, latest by 6:55.
Okay. Yeah, Pankaj, if you want to give any instruction or something, or we can just.
No, instructions have been already given by Professor Garg and Professor Vikas, sir. So there is no requirement. All are mature.
Yeah.
So all participants are supposed to join tomorrow sharp at 6:50 or 6:55. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Done for today. So you can take a leave, have a good dinner, and have a good night's sleep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.